So good morning and welcome everyone to the latest Bonina Facebook Live. Hope everyone's well. Hi Hannah.
Hello, hi Howard. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm still locked down. Are you still sort of tucked up?
Yeah. We're still all at home, and we've ventured out a little bit in a safe way, obviously, but generally we are still all stuck indoors, particularly on this slightly rainy day. But
That's
never
what
mind.
that's what I like to hear. We're going to go through the 5 shirt recycling challenge this morning and show everybody how you've transformed these 5 shirts into new garments. I just want to say, if anybody has a question that they would like to ask Hannah during the course of it, if you just post that in the comment box, then I will try and monitor those as we go through, and I'll try and ask you some at the end of the end of the session.
Brilliant.
So,
Great.
hopefully, morning to Jenny from Bournemouth. I've just noticed that, but we'll keep going. So let's get started. I'm interested, first of all, what gave you the idea for this challenge?
Well, there were a few things. I mean, obviously, I've been watching Sewing Bee, which I love, and on the Sewing Bee, they have the Transformation Challenge, which is my favourite part of the show, to be honest. So I thought maybe I could do something with that and transform some garments. Also, I've always liked sort of customizing and changing garments. I used to do a lot of that when I was younger. I haven't done so much of that recently, but I thought that would be a fun thing to try. And last year, I decided that I was going to try and not buy so many clothes. Because of the environmental impact of new clothes, I was either going to buy second-hand clothes or make my own clothes. So I thought this would be a good chance to repurpose some garments that might end up in charity shops or be recycled. So yeah, I thought that was a good way to use up some old shirts.
Cool. So listen, I'm just going to try and make the technology work, and I'm just going to try and share the screen, and we can show people the shirts that you started with. So bear with me 1 second, and there we go. And so where did those shirts come from?
Well, those shirts came from my wonderful dad. So he's got lots of shirts. He's got quite a large wardrobe. So I said to him, did he have any that he might want that he might not want anymore? And he said, oh, he'd see what he could find. So then he popped them round in a socially distancing way, obviously. And he actually turned up with 10 shirts. So that was brilliant. So I don't know how many he's got in his wardrobe in total, but he had 10 spare for me to use. A lot of them had like frayed collars or had slight marks or tears on them. They're all older shirts. And they're all either cotton or linen. So I chose 5 out of the 10 that I liked the look of best. And fortunately, because of the lovely summer weather, he had a nice range of pastels. So these were perfect for what I wanted. So I was really pleased with what we got. And they're all quite large. That was great. So I had lots of fabric to use as well. So yeah, it was great. It was a
Well,
good use of them.
what are you saying about your father there?
Well, a
'Cause
lot of them didn't fit, slim
I,
down.
fi-
They were too big.
I find a fine figure of the man. Um, and so, where did you get the ideas? We're going to go through the garments that you've made, you've transformed them. Where did you get the ideas for the garments to make?
Well, I had a look on YouTube, on the internet. There's loads of different tutorials available, lots of things out there. I also went on Pinterest, which is a brilliant source of ideas, and did a little Pinterest board of stuff that was, ideas that other people had used. And also, I discussed it with my daughter Ruby because some of the outfits are for her, and obviously she has some very clear views on what she would like. So we had to look at some of like the fashions she liked and decided, what we could do with what we had. So I just looked online and did some drawings and came up with a few designs.
Cool. So should we get underway? Should we have a look at the first garment?
Okay, so it was lovely weather when I started this project. It was really hot and sunny. So all the garments are really designed for a nice summer's day. The first one I made was this shirt dress. So this used 2 shirts. So we had one. It's like a really lovely blue linen shirt on the top, and then the skirt is a blue and white check on the bottom. So I've made quite a lot of shirt-waisted dresses before. I really like them. I wear them quite often. But when I make them, the tricky bit is obviously the collar and the placket. That tends to be the more challenging bit when you're making these. But this was perfect because I didn't have to do any of that because that was already there on the shirt. So to get a good fit, I used a pattern that I had used before, and I just so I knew it would be the right, right size. And so I cut the arms off and cut up the side seams, and then I kept the shirt still attached, the front to the back with the collar on, and then I just placed the pattern pieces on and cut out the front section, and then I put the darts in the back section, and then I cut out a princess. So this dress has got a princess seam at the front. So I cut out my side panels and sewed those on, and then sewed the skirt to the top. So it was quite quick and easy to do. What I did do was I'm working on a Bernina 790. I'm very lucky to have this wonderful machine at home, and that's got a really, really great tacking stitch. It's got an automatic tacking stitch on. So what I did was I tacked it all together, and then I tried it on, and then I finished it off. Then I sewed it all together properly. With the sleeves, I could have used some bias tape to go around the edge of the sleeves, but actually, because I was trying to create these quite quickly, I just tucked my seam in and just sewed around the edge. But it came out really well. I was really pleased with the fit, and considering how big the shirt was when I started, I think it looks really nice. And I was quite pleased with the collar, because I thought the collar might look huge, but actually I don't think it does. I think it worked quite well. It's a bit bigger than maybe I would have normally had, but I don't think it looks strange in any way. And I definitely wear this on a nice summer's day. I was pleased with the way it came out.
I think it looks really nice.
Yeah,
it's really lovely.
Yeah, it worked well. And the bottom shirt, I thought I'd have to gather the skirt to fit into the top, but when I cut it out, I just cut the sleeves off and sewed up the side seam. It was actually the perfect size, so it just came together really well. So yeah, that's the shirt dress. So we could move on to the next one.
Next one.
So this one, I got this idea from.
Cool.
I got this idea from Pinterest, and I'm actually wearing it today. Pleased with it. It's really comfy. Got that one on. So what I did was this is if you look across the neckline, that is actually the placket. That's the buttons and the placket of the shirt. So what I did for this was I got my shirt with the buttons at the top, and I just cut off the collar and the sleeves to make a big tube. Then I cut off the bottom of the tube and cut that in half and like sewed that back on to create a bigger front panel. And then I inserted some sleeves. Where I've cut the sleeves out is where I've inserted that blue piece of fabric, because that area there is actually where the sleeve would normally be. And I thought it just gave a nice contrast, and it tied it into the other shirts that I had. So yes, so that was good. And then I added some blue buttons from another shirt onto the top, because it just gave it a bit more detail. But it actually worked really well because it's a really lovely I don't know if you can tell, but it's a lovely sort of lime green linen shirt. And when I sewed the bottom onto the top, you can't really see the join, so it does look like it's just one piece of fabric. And I was pleased with the sleeves, because all I had to do was kind of reinsert them a bit further up, because they're actually not too big, and it gives it all a nice drape across the shoulder. I actually have a T-shirt which is has a similar kind of like off the shoulder drape to it, and I use that as a bit of a guide for sizing and everything. But with this, I definitely wear this out, and I do like I like the little blue inserts in it. I think it makes it look a bit more interesting, and it's really comfortable to wear. So, yeah, good.
Just before we move on, Jan just put that she wasn't quite sure what you've done with this one with the second item. Am I right in thinking the second item is where you've filled in where the original armhole would have been, the original sleeve would have been?
The second
the
slide.
blue shirt. No,
Yeah,
no, the second item, the blue shirt.
The blue shirt is the blue that I've inserted here is from the shirt dress. Is she asking about what I did with the shirt dress, the top of the shirt dress?
No,
I
think the second, I'm not quite sure what you've done with the second item in this yellow top. So I think it's where you've used the fabric from the blue shirt from the shirt dress to fill in where the sleeve is.
Yeah, the second image where you can see the picture of the pins and the pattern. There's a little bit of pattern on the second image, and on this slide is this just where I've pinned together my side seam before I sewed it all together. And at the top of that, you can just see where the join is, where I've joined the two pieces of fabric, because the front section is actually two pieces joined together.
Cool. Okay. Should we move on?
Yeah, let's have a look at the next one. So this is so much fun. I'm really making things for my daughter. It is really great because she tells you what she wants, and she was so pleased with this top. Literally from the moment it was finished, she hadn't taken it off. If the weather hadn't got so bad, I think she would still have it on. She was really pleased with it, and that makes you feel great when you make something and they're really happy with it. So she told me exactly what she wanted. She really likes these tops with the ties at the front. And as you can see in the first picture, I mean, the shirt was almost down to her toes in it. It's a huge, great big shirt. I have to confess that this shirt, I don't think was in the original lineup, because what happened was I'd made my two garments, and then she decided that she wasn't happy with the shirts that were left over. So we had to make a substitution for this stripy one, but anything to keep her happy. So yeah, she was really pleased with this. So what happened was she had a shirt, a little pink shirt that she had. Yeah, she had a little pink shirt that she that fitted and was a similar style, and so what I did was I turned that into a little bit of a pattern. I laid some newspaper over it and cut a pattern out for that. And then I cut the shirt out. I wanted to keep some of the shirt's original features because it had this cute little logo. I don't know if you could just see it in the top, that I wanted to keep. And also the back of the original shirt was really nice. And I wanted to keep that as part of her new design. So I cut the front and the back out, sewed it all together, and then I added the little tails so that so she could knot it in the front. But it was a really good fit, and she loved it, and she's worn it a lot, so that was great. Yeah, I'd make her another one of these. I think they look good. And the other thing I did was the neckline. Obviously, I'd cut the collar off and everything. So for the neckline, I made some bias tape just to go around the neckline to make it more comfortable. So and I liked the way the stripes were going a different way there, so it was a different contrast. I thought that worked well. Yeah, so she was pleased with it, so that was good.
I think that one looks fantastic, actually, and you can see in the picture on the right just how happy she is with it.
Yeah, she's really pleased with it. It was great. Yeah. It was really,
and it's quite interesting. Something, but just picking up.
Hang on,
I've got it on.
She's got it on. Can you see?
Where is she? Where's Ruby? Say hello.
Can you see?
Hiya.
She's got it on. So
I've got it on.
She's still got it on. Fabulous. Brilliant.
I mean,
Thank you, darling.
Just picking up on something you said earlier, actually.
Pardon?
It's quite interesting. Just picking up on something you said earlier, it's quite interesting. Just the importance of the drive towards upcycling and sustainability in clothing, and actually how people can make, such individual items from existing pieces of clothing.
Yeah, and I think it's good for Ruby to know that she can use clothes again, and she can customize them and make them different and extend the life of those clothes. Everything doesn't have to be new all the time. So
it's quite interesting. Picking up on something somebody put in the comment bar earlier. I apologise because I haven't scrolled back to see who it was, but also that each piece of clothing often has an emotional attachment or a memory attached to it. And so a lady posted in the post earlier that sadly her husband passed away, and she's transformed one of his shirts into a top for herself, so that when she wears it, she can feel close to him. And I think that's lovely.
Yeah, and it's really nice that Ruby calls my dad Papa. That she's got something that that was Papa's, and next time we go and see him, we can she can wear it and go, look, this is what we've made out of the stuff you gave us. So I think that it is really nice.
Exactly. Right, should we go on to the next one?
Yeah, next one.
There we go.
So to go with the outfit, we needed a bottom. I did think about making some shorts, but in the end, we just went for a little skirt. So this was really, really quick and easy to make. So literally just cut the bottom off a shirt. Then we made like a casing for the elastic from the shirt that was the same as the top, so it all tied in together. I removed the front section, sewed it all together, and gathered it all up with a big bit of elastic in the band. And I just kept the bottom of the shirt as it was, so it's got like a little tail to it. And yeah, it looks great. She's worn that a lot as well. So yeah, that came out well, and it's really comfortable and light, perfect for a summer's day. So I think she can wear that with like a little t-shirt, or she can wear it with other things as well as the top if she wanted to. So that looked good.
Cool. Moving on.
So
there we go. Bingo.
It was a true family affair making this. We wanted to include everyone. So this is my dog Bingo. And with some of the bits we had left, we created just a little neckerchief to wear. I'm not entirely sure how happy she is about wearing these things, but she joined in, so that was good. And then we had a little family photo shoot the other day when it was quite sunny of us all in our gear, which was a great laugh. It was really good fun.
Can I say, I think the picture on the left, which I think is absolutely adorable, that would be perfect for your album cover.
Yes, but that can go in the family calendar.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Cool. So that was it. So what did I make? I made 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5, 6 items in the end. I mean, I would have loved to have made more. I did have quite a lot of fabric left, but it was all getting a bit bitty. I did think about making kind of like a patchwork blanket. I could have made some more accessories or bags, but to be honest, I just ran out of time in the end. But yeah, I mean, it was great fun. It was a really good laugh doing it, and me and Ruby enjoyed the process, and everyone got involved, so it was good.
And as you said, I'm just going to stop sharing this screen now and come back to the service. Hello. I guess one of the things you said earlier, which I think is also really important, is there are so many places you can go to online to get ideas for doing these kind of transformations. It's really quite easy, isn't it?
Yeah. There's loads of tutorials out there. There's loads of different suggestions, or you can come up with your own, or as I did, you can take a garment you already have, make a pattern from it, and then make something else into that. If you've got a favorite skirt or a favorite dress, you can copy it and use some older fabric or something that you might not want to wear anymore but change. So yeah, there's lots of different ways you can do it, but there's lots of stuff out there to help you.
Jenny says hair scrunchies from the bitty leftovers. I think that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
If only some of us had enough hair for scrunchies.
That would have been perfect. I should have made one. I might make one that will match Ruby's outfit, because then she can have her scrunchies in as well. That's a great idea.
That's good. And Tracy said she's got a few of her husband's old shirts and didn't know what to do with them, so you've inspired her. That's great. Well, Tracy, when you make them, when you transform them, send us the pictures. We'd love to see what you do with them. That would be great. Cool. So I think you've given people some good ideas for things they can get on with and rummage around the house and find some clothes that they've not been wearing and make something new from them. Yeah,
definitely. I hope it inspires a few people to give it a go, especially as it's not so easy to get to the shops at the moment. So you can always just transform something you have into something lovely.
So listen, everyone, thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And stay well, everyone. And Hannah, I will see you hopefully very soon.
Yeah, brilliant.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye.